Barbara Terry knows a thing or two about cars. She owns and operates her own race team. She also has a weekly radio show, national show, based on her book, How Athletes Roll. And she's here now for tips for women on how to avoid being taken when they go to the repair shop and how to get more bang for your buck when selling the car. How you doing?
I'm great, and you?
Good. Appreciate you coming in. Let's talk about selling your car, because you really do get a better deal if you sell it outright rather than trade it in. Well, you know that, but it's kind of a pain to do it. So if you want to sell your car outright, where do you begin?
You definitely need to try to sell it on your own before taking it into the dealership for a trade and taking such a hit on it. We have so much money invested in our car, so we want to make sure to get the biggest bang at our buck when selling it. First of all, clean up the inside. You don't want a potential buyer to pull up and open up your car door and it smells like your favorite fast food joint. You know, get those French fries out.
You know what? I had mine detailed a couple of months ago, and it looks beautiful. It feels like a new car, and it was less than $100.
It doesn't, you know, I've always had a saying in the industry, spend 50 and get 500 more.
Yeah, it feels good. In fact, it might even make you want to keep it.
Yeah, no, you know, I've actually been in that situation before.
And not sell it. What's the next tip? Make sure you run the right fuel through it, right?
Make sure you run the right fuel through it. It's very important that carbon deposits, you know, that black gunk literally starts to build up on your fuel system within the first 500 miles. So you don't want a customer to come look at your car and they get in it, test drive it, and it starts like backfiring and it's real sluggish.
You're kind of busting me here, because mine is supposed to take premium and I've been putting mid-grade in. You think I really should be putting expensive stuff in?
Well, the manufacturer spends so much money doing all of the work and creating the car, so definitely run a high fuel like shale nitrogen or rich gasoline. It will literally eat all the black gunk off of your fuel valves.
And we've all got these little things that we need to get fixed on the car, but we sort of let go. Like, give me examples of some of them. I know it helps to get that stuff done.
Yeah, small repairs. You know, let's say that somebody, you know, comes and looks at your car and they're mechanically inclined, or they take it to their mechanic, and there's all these little things that need to be fixed. They're probably going to be deterred from buying your car. One of the really quick and easy things to do is switch out your headlight bulbs. You know, it'll take you about 5 to 10 minutes to do.
Really? I mean, even if they're not burned out?
I like to do mine about every 2 years, make sure to switch them out in pairs, but also put a good quality bulb in there, like Sylvania Silver Star Ultra bulbs. They're literally the widest and the brightest on the market, so while you're selling your car, you can literally make sure that you're safe driving.
And you got to turn yourself into you got to be a car salesman, really.
Yeah.
If you're selling it out on the market.
Well, when you buy your car, who sold it to you? A salesperson.
Right, and they're pretty good. They're better than we are, but you gotta get good at that, right?
Well, explain all the positives about your car and why you love the car. Be creative and really sell that car to that potential buyer.
And speaking of selling, these are interesting times, because we've got a worldwide audience now. You've got eBay, you've got Craigslist, so it's not like the old days when you just ran an ad in the paper, right?
No, back in the old days, as you mentioned, that was our audience, was the local newspaper. Now you can literally put your car on a plethora of internet websites, and who knows, maybe somebody in Egypt is looking for your exact make and model with your color combination.
Hey, before I let you get away, one complaint I hear from a lot of women is when they take their car into the repair shop, they feel like they're getting ripped off. You've got some tips on how they can avoid that. Where do you begin?
Number one, get personal with your car. Get to know your car. Take that owner's manual and spend a couple hours when you first buy your car, whether it's a pre-owned car or a new car. Know your car to where when you take it into the repair shop, you know maybe what's probably wrong with it. Yeah. If they do require replacing a part, when you go pick your car back up, ask them to point out that old part that was removed and the new part that was put on, to make sure that you're getting what you paid for. And you can never go wrong with getting a second opinion.
Yeah, one thing I do is I ask around. You know, where do you get your car worked on? Are you getting a good deal? Are they treating you fairly? Right?
Find a reputable mechanic in your neck of the woods. You know, call your Better Business Bureau. They have amazing mechanics in their, you know, resources. Or ask, you know, a family member or even a friend who they use.
What if they've got a big repair bill, or at least an estimate that you think is kind of high?
Get a second opinion. You'd be amazed by taking it to the second shop and what they tell you really needs to be done.
Great advice, not just for women, but for anybody. Barbara Terry, thank you for joining us. If you want to learn more about her book, How Athletes Roll, by the way, this is a cool book about the expensive, cool cars that athletes drive. Check out her website. It's barbaraterry.com or howathletesroll.com. Is that right?
Yes.
Hey, if you want to link to those, check out our website, WGNTV.com/midday. We'll be right back.